say hello, bonjour. We acknowledge that the land on which we gather is a traditional meeting ground and home for many Indigenous peoples, including Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Métis, and Nakota Sioux. We are grateful for the traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are with us today, those who have gone before us, and the youth who inspire us. Land recognition calls us to acknowledge that we are Treaty 6 people, to remember our responsibility to deepen our understanding of the treaty, to participate in and support the ongoing process of truth, reconciliation, and healing. As I work to develop my personal land acknowledgement, I commit to learning more about and honoring the Indigenous ways of walking gently with gratitude on the earth in good relationship with other humans, the animals, the plants, the water, the air, the land, the sky, and the stars.
New Tawau. Welcome to Westwood, everyone. A special welcome this morning to those who are first-time visitors or consider themselves newcomers, or it's just a brand new day for you, or are returning after an extended absence. Westwood is a compassionate, Unitarian, Universalist community where you are welcome to explore your spiritual beliefs and decide for yourself what they may or may not be, where you are welcome regardless of your gender, who you love, your wealth, or your education, where reverence for the earth and belief in the dignity of every person inform our ethics, where music is an expression of our joy, worship brings us together to celebrate what is important in our lives, and acts of justice are a symbol of our hope. Westwood is a welcoming, nurturing, and inclusive community where all people are invited to rest, grow, and serve the world. I never get tired of hearing that or saying that as well. My name is Dawn Hunter. My pronouns are she and her. I'm your service leader this week, and I'm glad you joined us here today. Our speaker this morning is Rebecca Patterson, although she will be more of a facilitator today than a speaker. Our tech team will be Hannah and Bill Lee, assisted by David Williamson, who is also our much appreciated coffee host. Our musician is Jennifer McMillan. Let's be sure to enjoy her sparkling musical presence today because her involvement in Mayfield Dinner Theatre won't allow her to join us for any more Sundays this year. After the service, we invite all of you to visit, chat, and discuss any questions you may have. Next week, our guest speaker will be Dr. Mark Weller, who will be talking about comics and religion. Comics as in comic books, I think, not comedians. His talk is called Angels and Superheroes, and Harmonia will be here too. To receive information about our upcoming services and events, please sign the guest book on the table at the back and include your email address. You can also sign up to receive the e-newsletter on our website.
One positive that came out of the pandemic is that we learned how to offer both in-person and online options for attending services and events here at Westwood. And huge thanks go to Lorian for that accomplishment. Thank you. Our opening words were written by Jeff May in 2020 when everyone was gathering online. I like the way they bring the people on Zoom together with those of us here in the room. So as I say the opening words, Dawn will light our chalice. Come, gather. Come gather into this common time and a common space. We need to be together. We yearn for connection. We hunger for the familiar faces of friends. The sound of shared voices proclaiming who we are. Welcome. Where we are going, that which resonates with our hopes, our dreams, our values. Come, gather. We are here in this space made of all spaces, and we share our becoming in this moment.
And our first hymn is number 145, As Tranquil Streams. Please join us in singing.
Yes, so our theme this year is connections. And today's service is called Our Cherished Connections. So when I Googled cherished connections, I got a 2020 article from the LinkedIn website, which I thought was rather funny. It's an article by Kate Gare, Cherished Connections, How to Nourish Your Health and Happiness Through Your Relationships. It starts with a quotation by George Sand. There is only one happiness in this life, to love and be loved. Which takes me right to the movie Moulin Rouge. Anyway, here are some passages from the article. Human beings are social creatures. We have evolved to thrive on interacting with other people and the wider world around us. Research shows that the connections we build help us to feel valued and accepted and provide us with a sense of belonging. People who enjoy strong relationships with a partner, family, or friends are happier and healthier, while various studies have even discovered that by simply talking to a stranger on the street, we can lift our frame of mind. One of the most comprehensive and longest standing research projects in this area is a Harvard study on an adult's life and happiness. Starting in 1938, researchers have been tracking the lives of 724 men. The study follows up with these men every year, asking them about work, family, and health. And they also provide medical records and undergo brain scans. Over time, wives and families and partners were also included in the study, and several of those men are still alive today, continuing to participate in the project. So what can we learn from over 80 years of dedicated observation? Well, happiness is far removed from working harder, earning more money, becoming famous, or consuming material things. The clearest message we get is good relationships keep us happier and healthier. People who are more socially connected to family, to friends, to community are happier. They're physically healthier, and they live longer than people who are less well connected. Our closest attachments with family and friends are the cornerstones of our lives. Given the health benefits they offer us, We should view looking after these relationships as a form of self-care. By forging close friendships, we create a network of people to turn to when we experience difficult times. And being there for our friends and family when they need us in return will make us feel valued and strengthen our bonds. Sarah has already mentioned her wonderful brainchild, the Compassion Bank. Sarah came up with a way to connect over hard times. Westwoodians make deposits of time and talent by becoming flower arrangers, deliverers, nourishers, knitters, drivers, listeners, and more. And we make withdrawals, or withdrawals are made on our behalf when we need the support of our community. And I can't thank Sarah enough for this absolutely wonderful thing. Our former minister, Anne, is an avid knitter. And so in 2012, when our beloved Kevin lost his son, Isaac, who was our pianist in our choir, Anne invited those of us who enjoy working with yarn to knit or crochet a yellow square. All of the squares were put together to make a comfort blanket for Kevin and his partner, Andrea, which was infused with the love of the community. The idea had wings, and Westwood knitters and crocheters continued to make squares for the Compassion Bank. I would like to reintroduce this activity, both because I love to knit and crochet, and because it connects us, literally and figuratively. I have become the custodian of the squares, and I invite you to make a deposit of a 6-inch crocheted or knitted square to the Compassion Bank. And I'll set something up where we can, a box or something that we can put them in the church here. And I have an example in this elegant bag of the first comfort blanket I put together with squares made by all kinds of people. Would you please raise your hand if you made one of these squares? Not sure? Ah. Well, isn't that interesting? Let's see. I don't think I even made one of these squares. I did this part. Yeah. So I did the connecting. That's right. Yeah. And I have quite a few squares still in the bag, but they are, I don't have enough of any one sort of complementary color scheme that I can make a whole blanket out of. So I'm looking for sort of pastel colors, and I'm also looking for bold colors. So you can knit or crochet, it doesn't matter. Try your best to make it 6 inches, and I can block them to make them 6 inches if they're a little small or a little big. 6 inches by 6 inches, yes, please. Okay, now I'm so excited about the next thing. I have another very special item to help unveil. One of the ways many of us connected during the time we couldn't be together in the pandemic was to make a quilt square destined to join with others in a quilt to celebrate our Westwood community. And Pamela Banga is a talented quilter, and she took on this heart task, and I'd like to invite you to come up and show us our beautiful quilt. Do you want some help?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There we go. This quilt I made one square myself, but we had 24 squares in the end to put together. And It was a labor of love for everybody, I think, making the squares. And I took it upon myself to put them all together. I had a couple of different designs originally because I wasn't sure how many squares I would get at the end. But this is 4x6, and it's called the Fabric of Community Westwood Quilt Project. And it's made by a loving community to build and sustain connection with one another during the pandemic. And so we're going to hang it in the sanctuary, and it's going to look lovely. But it wasn't just me, it was 24 other people.
Thank you so much, Pamela. And the space between the first two windows over there is going to be its permanent home.
Can we have our Zoom people showing for our candles of concern and celebration? Hi, everyone. Welcome. At this time in our service, we pause to reflect on our week. We recall the milestones, the joys, concerns, and sorrows, the changes in our lives, those who need our healing thoughts. Community is deepened by sharing with each other what is in our hearts. For those of us who are online, please raise your hand so we can acknowledge you as you want to offer a candle of concern or celebration. And for those in the building, you're invited to come forward and speak, then light your candle as the next person speaks, or to light a candle in silence. We are also happy to bring the microphone to you as you are sitting, if you wish. Now, we have a new lighting device, which I'm so excited about. And it could help us with the issue of wax flying everywhere, which it does on some Sundays. It's a little electronic device that is charged by USB, and you just push it, and there's a little current that runs between two posts, and you gently touch the wick. Try not to get it into the wax, and that's it. And that was how I lit that one, and it's very simple. So. And any more? Any more? No? Okay. One final candle. You have to have a steady hand for this. As I said, we're piloting this new system. So if you could join me with the affirmation. May the light of these candles inspire us to use our power to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to serve the Spirit of truth in loving affection and trusting hope. Each week during our service, we take a few minutes to acknowledge the gifts we both bring to and receive from this compassionate community. Gifts of talent, time, and treasure. Today, we are blessed with the musical talent of Jennifer McMillan, as well as the gifts of time and service from those who plan, greet, coordinate our sound and video systems, and clean up afterwards. If you wish to make a gift of treasure, the information for doing so is on the right-hand side of this slide. Please join me as we sing From You I Receive. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live.
All right, now, as everyone Who's been here before knows we love music here at Westwood, and it's important and appreciated, and another way that we connect. I love the way rounds are composed to take a simple melody and turn it into a spectacular, harmonious event by having different groups starting at different times connect. Will you sing a round with me now? It's very short. The way this harmony works is the first phrase starts on do. What key are we in? Here we are, do, la, do. The second phrase starts with me, and the third phrase starts with so. So when we get all together, it's very beautiful. Okay, so let's sing the song together first. Would you mind playing it for us? Here we go. Sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice. Let all things living now sing and rejoice. Let's do it one more time. Sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice. Let all things living now sing and rejoice. You sound great. Okay. So, let me see. It's hard to divide into 4 parts here, but we're going to try. All right. So I will sing with Maggie and Sarah. Will be part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. All right. You look like a mighty group. Okay. So we're going to come in thank you, Dawn. Okay. We're going to come in quite quickly, one after the other, when I point to you. Okay. So we will start. Thank you. Sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice. Let all things living now sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice. Let all things living
Sing and rejoice.
Sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice. Let all things living now sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice. Let all things living now sing and rejoice. Sing and living now sing rejoice. Lovely. Very, very nice. Here's a reading from leadership guru Brené Brown. I define connection as the energy that exists between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued. When they can give and receive without judgment, and when they derive sustenance and strength from the relationship. I would like to play a game now. It's called Human Knot. I think it symbolizes what Brené Brown says about connection. If you will play with me, we're going to create a problem, we're going to make a knot, and we're going to solve it together by untangling the knot. We will need to be gentle with one another and carefully help each other to step over and under each other's joined hands. We might have to raise our hands over top. The rule is never let go. We're going to, it will take a little bit of trust in each other to accomplish what we want to do, which is end up with no knot. And we'll have to accommodate mobility needs. All right? So we'll have 2 feet and a cane, for instance, that are going to have to go over and under. So I hope those on Zoom will enjoy watching the magic. And Jennifer's going to add a little music to our puzzle. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is all come out into this big space in the middle. I hope you'll be comfortable. And we're going to come even closer. I hope does anyone want to put a mask on? We have masks if you wish, because we are going to be rather close to each other. Please don't be afraid to speak up. Okay, so now what I'd like everyone to do is to reach across the middle. David, I hope you'll come play with us too. Yeah, okay. We're going to, Hannah could too if you want to. You could come play with us too. We're going to reach out and just take a hand, and then we're going to take another hand. It shouldn't be the hands of the same person. We need 2 different hands. Okay, so. Did I leave my mic on? Excuse me, I'm just letting go for a second. I'm breaking the rule though, because we're not supposed to let. Okay, don't let go no matter what. Okay, and now we figure out how to get out of this knot. Oh, someone's not holding a hand. Oh, okay, that's not going to work. That's not going to work.
Here, Carl, give me your left hand and take the cane.
No, we need the cane. Okay. No, so Carl, you're going to psychically be holding Lorian's hand. So, yeah, when we are finished, you're going to be beside Lorian. Okay. There, how's that? Okay. All right. So, this is it. Here we go. Okay. So I think that those hands should go over your head. There we go. Can we? Okay.
Oh, you have to check on that. Maggie, can you lift mine and you can turn around? Oh,
This.
sorry.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going down. Jacqueline and Carl. You need to step over. Edda, can we bend down, Edda? There we go. No, that's not going to work over here. Nope, don't let go. No. Edda, don't let go. There we go, that's cheating. Okay, that's not going to work. Nope, okay. This does work.
Everybody
And thank you for the mood music. Very nice. Okay. So, I wanted to talk about the symbol. I was very lucky. I'm quite conscious of copyright issues. So I was Googling symbols, and of course I had to Google one that was Creative Commons. Thank you. And I was so fortunate to find this symbol that was free to use. Now, what I liked it just to look at, and I picked it and that was it. But as I looked at it after I submitted it to Elaine for today's service, I realized that it does something really interesting. It has points that point inward. And one of the things that we do, one of the reasons I think that we yearn to be together on Sundays and other times in the week is we want to find out more about our inner selves. We want to connect with our inner selves. And so this points in to the middle. And then the Celtic knot connects us all with each other around the center, but it also points outward. And we can think about our connections with the larger community and the world and the environment, all of those things that are important to us. So I wanted to talk about ways that we connect in those ways. We connect with our inner selves through at least 2 activities. And one of them would be chalice circles. Chalice circles are an intimate group of people who get to know each other very well and talk about spiritual things. Would you mind showing the next slide, please? Because I don't want to forget anything. Thank you. Yeah, these are the easels we had outside at last week's open house. So another way that we learn to connect with our inner selves is on Wednesdays when Maggie leads the meditation. And these are not the only times, but those are sort of the regular things that happen in our community. And if anyone wants to get involved in those things and isn't yet, you can contact Chalice Circles at westwoodunitarian.ca, I think is the address, or just look on the website and information will be there. Or show up on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock and meet Maggie for a mindful meditation. If you have, as I'm speaking about the things that we already have, if you're sparked by an idea for something else that you would be interested in, please let the board know. When I say we, I'm talking about our community and the board as the leaders of the community who are trying to put everyone's needs uppermost. Okay, now there's so many ways that we connect to each other. We come on Sundays for Sunday services. We can join the Free Thinkers Book Club, which is the third Thursday. No, it isn't. It's the last Wednesday. Yeah, same day as meditation. The last Wednesday is the. Right. Okay, no meditation on the last Wednesday, but if you happen to show up, you can stay for Free Thinkers Book Club. Okay, Harmonia on Tuesday, our wonderful choir that we love so much, and the garden. Gardening is also an inward meditative thing too, isn't it? We have. Am I missing something? Yes, I am missing something. So, Spinning the Web dinners have been redubbed Building Community Dinners. So we say ABCD, a Building Community Dinner, and we have scheduled one to be on September 30th. And a building community dinner is a potluck at somebody's house. And we have 4 to 8 people discussing a topic. So the topic that we will be discussing on September 30th will be Orange Shirt Day in residential schools. And our speaker on October 1st is an Indigenous drummer, singer, storyteller named Ryan Arcand, and he's going to talk about the legacy of residential schools. So when you get your newsletter from Elaine this week, there will be a link to a Google form to click on to tell us if you'd like to participate, if you'd like to be a host, if you'd like to let us know your dietary needs, and then we can put you in a group where you're going to be satisfied. And I'm also looking for someone who might be interested in making up some questions that we can discuss at this particular. Oh, did she? Okay, great. I'll get in touch with her. Thank you. Okay, so I thought that the people involved in the TRC group would be, might be interested in guiding our discussion that night. Okay, and we also reach outside. We reach outside our circle to invite others in. Last week we had a really fun open house. We've been advertising. We've been advertising on the LRT. Has anyone seen the LRT ads? I wondered if Jenn had seen one on her way home yesterday, because she was on the LRT yesterday. She's on Zoom today. So we've also put ads in the Coffee News about our Beyond Land Acknowledgement series. And so we are really doing our best to reach out to the community and help them come in and connect with us and find out what we have here that is so precious and that we feel is so, so important in our own lives. So please, I got a note in my mailbox from the office this week that said, don't keep a secret. Can you keep a secret? I hope not. Don't keep a secret about Westwood. We don't want to be Edmonton's best kept secret. We want to tell everybody about what we have here and what we do here and how important our connections are. So please invite people to come and join us. And that brings us to our closing words. That brings us to our last hymn, and then it brings us to our closing words. We laugh, we cry, we live, we die, we dance, we sing a song. We need to feel there's something to which we belong. We need to feel the freedom is to us sometime alone. But most of all, we need those friends we love our very own. We As dawn extinguishes the flame, I will read these words by Kathy Huff. Our time in this place may have ended, but our connection to each other and this community remains. Together, may we walk the path of justice, speak words of love, live the selfless deed, tread gently upon the earth, and fill the world with compassion. Until we meet again, blessed be.